Hello and welcome back to the Calculator Review, hosted on Caliquin.com. Today is day 6 of Calculatober, and you might notice that the camera's at a different angle today, and that's because I'm reviewing what I have nicknamed the Beast. This is the Litton Monroe 2805. This thing is absolutely humongous. So you can see it's pretty yellowed. So this thing's pretty old. I don't know what year this came out. I've been unable to find a whole lot of information about it, but I'm hoping on the inside I might get some more information. But before we get into that, let's take a look at what makes this one unique. And, well, obviously the sheer size of it is a big part of it. I've already got this plugged in and ready to go, so I'm going to turn it on and get the paper ready. So, one of the first things you'll notice is this has no display on it whatsoever. There might have been room for one right here, but instead they went for a completely printing interface. And let me pop this open real quick. So, there's a lot of extra room inside this thing. So they didn't need to make it quite as big as they did, but I'm guessing that this side had to be as big as it is to fit the power supply. So let's get this paper fed in properly. Awesome. Alright, let's do some calculations. So I just typed in 1,997 times 624 times 600. Just want to give this thing a really big number. Alright, and now we'll divide that by 95, just to show a little bit about this. So here are the results of those calculations. It's really hard to see. I haven't replaced the ribbon on this. This is still the ribbon that came with it. But as you can see, it can handle quite a lot of digits. But one of the big problems I found with this calculator is if you need to start using big numbers, like let's say 8675309 plus. Well, you know, what if you get one of those numbers wrong, or if you forget it, like 86, oh, I hit 5. Well, you can hit CE. So you can go back, but you have to know that you actually made a mistake in order to do it. So I'm not entirely sure what all these functions do. This is a pretty strange device for my collection. Like I said, I couldn't find a whole lot of information about it. The company that makes it is still in business, but they don't discuss this calculator at all. They do discuss earlier calculators. They're purely mechanical ones, but this is nowhere to be found on it. So I don't know what this hashtag and date are. I said hashtag. It's a pound. This is like pre-1980s, so hashtag wasn't really a thing. My bad. But yeah, it's a freaking massive calculator. But let's take a look at the inside. So I have not actually disassembled this before, so I'm really curious to see what kind of goodies we got inside here. Let's grab my handy screwdriver. So it looks like it's just these two screws holding this whole thing together, and of course they went with flathead screws just to be extra annoying, I guess. I'm not a fan of the flathead. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, excellent. So we do have a date here, October 18th, 1980. That's awesome. I was really hoping for something like this. Though, I would have guessed that this was pre-1980. I would have guessed sometime in the 70s, simply because it doesn't have a display. And, you know, other calculators in the 70s did have a display like that. Or that would have worked just fine. So we got a huge power supply here. Go ahead and pop that open. Take a look at that, see if that's still in good condition. The fact that it's working is a good sign. Nothing really of note, just one of these gigantic... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to the camera being further down, but... so you can see it's got a pretty hefty... whatever that is. I don't know electronics all that well. Yeah, there's really no reason this thing shouldn't have a display. It's really odd. Definitely haven't seen anything quite like this before. Not from this time period, anyway. I do have other printing-only calculators, but they're significantly older than this. Let's get this back together. But internally, this thing's kept up pretty well. All the parts seem to be working just fine. Being accurate calculations. The only real maintenance this thing might require is just a new printing ribbon, just so it has more contrast with the colors. Oop. So I'm going to plug this back in. If I can figure out. Okay, there we go. So just to get an idea of I'm used to the equal sign being here instead they have the plus sign, but that's because typically you want to use well, I don't really know what's going on there. So one thing I haven't really gone over is whenever you do any kind of subtractions, it switches over to a red ribbon. So, like I said, it doesn't show up that clearly. So yeah, it doesn't show up very clearly because it's an old ribbon. But it does make any subtractions red. So this is probably used by people who dealt with finance or something. But not sure how good the view is there. I'll have pictures on my website that show this a little better. It doesn't show up well on camera, especially in this light. But there you go. Anyway, so yeah, this thing is a beast, and it has definitely earned that nickname. And I don't typically nickname many calculators. There's so far only this and the Duke. But yeah, very cool device. Wish I could find out more about it. It's definitely going to need a bit of a cleanup. It's got some ink stains over on this side. It's yellowed, so it could probably do with a retro brighting. I might do that in the future sometime, but I've got so many other retro brighting projects going on right now that I'm not gonna mess with calculators for a bit. And honestly, I kind of like. I think the yellow kind of works with this. It really shows its age, yet it still runs like a dream. So yeah, that's the Litton Monroe 2805. Very, very unique calculator. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great day. Bye!